Welcome, one and all, to week 6 of the FPE. It is I, your coach, Radioactive Mayo. This is week 6. In week 6, your New England Patrats are up against the Wailmer Bremens. I think that's how you pronounce that. And yeah, this is a very, very, very important week this week, and let me tell you why. Because this is the number 1 team in the league, and we are the number 2 team in the league. We're actually the only 2 teams right now that are 5-0. We both have a 5-0 record. So only one team is going to come out undefeated after this, but this is a huge week. I can tell this is going to be a tough one for sure. But yeah, one thing I want to mention before I start is your New England Patriots actually made a free agency transaction. We actually dropped Komala, and now we have Chestnut. So that actually happened last week. I forgot to mention it last time, but yeah, we no longer have Komala on the roster, but we have Chestnut, and we're bringing Chestnut this week. So that's the thing. But yeah, let's look at the team we're up against. So we see Blacephalon, Lantern, Zero Aura, Whimsicott, Escavalier, and Archeops. Okay, so interesting team. It's more or less what I was expecting, though. We don't see Megalopony, which is pretty cool. I'm happy about that. We don't see any Gliscor, which I like. We do definitely see the Lantern. I was expecting Lantern. We do see the Escavalier. I was expecting the Escavalier. Whimsicott is going to be a pain in the ass. I can already tell. Blacephalon is a huge, huge threat. And we do see the Zero Aura. I wasn't really expecting the Archeops, but we do see the Archeops, which is fine. I think Archeops is honestly fine. Let me think about this one. So the thing is, Blacephalon is a huge threat, and if he leads with it, we really don't have anything that can take a hit. Like, you can see, like, 4 out of my 5 Mons right here all just will die to a fire move from Blacephalon, so all we really have to deal with Blacephalon is Assault Vesta Azumarill, so we gotta keep that thing in check. And the fact that he has Archeops makes me think that he wants to lead with it, because it is traditionally a Pokemon that you lead with. So, yeah, the unfortunate thing is if he's Focus Sash, I can't stop him from setting up Stealth Rock. I have no hazard removal on this team, and we do have 2 Ice types. We're bringing the Arctozolt this week, in case you haven't seen. We're bringing the Hail plus Arctozolt. I think it can do a lot of work here. He does have Lantern, which is more than likely Volt Absorb, but we can deal with that. Yeah, Arctozolt can definitely be useful here. Mega Sceptile is also really good here. We just gotta be wary of Whimsicott, but I am teching Cross Poison on Mega Sceptile. We've got a defensive Chestnut. That was mainly for Megalopony, but it's also great at shutting down Zero Aura, so that's going to be really good. Vanillix to set up Hail, and I actually have Assault Vest Steelix. This is going to be our main answer to stuff like Escavalier and also Whimsicott. I think it can take 1 fire move from Blacephalon, but we'll see. We'll definitely see. It can also deal with Zero Aura. I want to lead with Azumarill, I think, because I think Archeops is the lead. Also, if he leads with Blacephalon, I don't want to sack him on right away, so I'm going to lead Azumarill. As he leads Escavalier, so that's fine. I'm not sure what this thing's going to want to do, but I don't want to take any damage on Azumarill to start, because Azumarill, like I said, we want to keep that thing healthy for Blacephalon. Archeops in the back is a little scary, not gonna lie, but Steelix can deal with Archeops pretty well, I think. And I mean, it probably has a flying move, so I don't think Chestnut can, but we will outspeed it with Arctozolt and the Hail. But yeah, right about here, I think I can either go Chestnut or Steelix. Let's see, they both deal with this thing relatively well. I kind of want to go with Chestnut to start, because I want to keep Steelix healthy for that Archeops and also that Whimsicott. So let's go Chestnut hard, see what he goes for. As he just fires off an Iron Head, that does a good amount of damage, but we have the Rocky Helmet, so the Rocky Helmet's actually really nice. I'm predicting probably a Whimsicott here, if I had to guess. That Iron Head did a lot, though. I kind of feel like that's Choice Banded. I'm, like, nearly max defense. I have 368 defense. So, like, the fact that that did 40%, makes me think he might be Choice Banded, honestly. But I kind of want to set up a Spike just to start. A Spike will be really good at wearing down like all of his team, basically. I don't think I mean, he could have defog on Whimsicott, but if he goes Whimsicott now, it'll force it to defog. So let's set up a spike. We do see Whimsicott. I was kind of expecting that. That's why I didn't go for Leech Seed. So yeah, if Whimsicott has defog here, it'll probably go for it. But otherwise, I mean, it might just fire off a Moonblast. I'm not sure. I think this is a good opportunity to get in Vanillux. So I'm going to go into Vanillux and set up the Hail, threaten this thing with a Blizzard. And it does go for defog. Get out of the way, Chestnut. Okay. So we do see the Chestnut. We force Whimsicott to defog, and we do see that as leftovers. So we know that Whimsicott's item is leftovers. That's good information to know. And now, Vanillux is in. I think it's pretty free to just fire off a Blizzard, but I could set up Aurora Veil. He could just go back into a Escavalier, if I'm being honest. I kind of want to set up the Aurora Veil, though, to be honest. I think the Aurora Veil will be handy. Yeah, I don't, like, this thing could defog, but, like, he's not going to stay in here, so I'm going to set up Aurora Veil. I think it's highly unlikely that he stays in with this thing. Alternatively, I could, because, yeah, I was going to say, he's probably going to go Escavalier. I could chip it with Blizzard, and he is Overcoat, which I figured, so he's not going to take hail damage. Like, any and all chip damage on the Escavalier is good, because I want to get it in the range of Bolt Beak from Arctozolt. No, go away, Adobe Flash. Stop. Stop. Remind me later. Okay, ignore that. Ah! Everything's fine. Chill. Okay, so, we have the Aurora Veil up, which is good. I want to go back into Chestnut here, I think. Potentially get more Rocky Helmet chip on this Escavalier. So I think that's my play. I think that's just my play. He knocks off my helmet. That's totally cool. So yeah, 67 on a Escavalier is good. It has no recovery. Like, a Escavalier can't heal up. He's got no wish on his team, so like any and all chip damage on a Escavalier is good. So he's probably gonna go Whimsicott again here. I want to double into Arctozolt so bad, I really do, but it's kind of early to get Arctozolt in. I could just spike again, but Whimsicott's going to defog either way because Aurora Veil is up. So I'm going to double back into Vanillux, actually. Yep. I knew Whimsicott was coming in there, so I double into Vanillux. Now I can fire off a Blizzard pretty freely, I think. If he goes back into Escavalier, it's going to take a big hit. And he doesn't really have anything else that wants to switch in. If he goes into Lantern, I can follow it up with a Freeze Dry, and that'll do a lot to Lantern. None of his frail things want to take a Blizzard right now from Vanillux. So this is good. I think I'm in a good position on that double into Vanillux. And Whimsicott can stay in and defog, but if it does, it'll die to Blizzard. And Aurora Veil is up, which is great. Unfortunately, I'm not Light Clay, I'm Icy Rock, so we've only got 2 turns of Aurora Veil left, but we have 4 turns of Hail left. So that's good. I want to maximize my Hail turns because of Arctozolt. But yeah, right now I'm saving Arctozolt in the back until we get more chip damage on Escavalier and maybe even some chip damage on Lantern. But I do like Arctozolt in this game a lot. I do. And this chip damage on Escavalier is also really good for Mega Sceptile, because Escavalier is his main answer to Mega Sceptile. So that's really good. I wonder if he brought a Choice Scarfer to outspeed Mega Sceptile. I feel like one of these 3 is probably Choice Scarf. Either Blacephalon, Zero Aura, or maybe even Archeops could be. I am slightly worried about that Archeops. I really am. I don't know what kind of set it's going to be. If it's Meteor Beam and it's special, it might fuck up Steelix, which would be crazy. But the fact that I have Aqua Jet in the back is really good. The fact that I have Aqua Jet Azumarill in the back is really good, because it'll die to an Aqua Jet, or at least come pretty close. So he actually goes Lantern. That's totally fine. Chip damage on Lantern is good. We do see leftovers on Lantern. I'm going to follow this up with a Freeze Dry. I've got no reason not to follow this up with a Freeze Dry, to be honest. Vanillux is just in. It's going to start doing damage. And with behind the Aurora Veil, Lantern can't really do any damage to me back unless he like Thunder Waves or something. So he doubles into Blacephalon. I'll take that chip damage on Blacephalon. That's cool. And we see it's leftovers. That's really good information for me to know. It's really good for me to find out that Blacephalon is in fact leftovers. So I'm happy about that. That means it's It's not faster than Sceptile. Sceptile can't outspeed it and knock it out with Earthquake, especially from this range. And it's not faster than Slush Rush Arctozolt. So that is really, really good. But the problem is now he's going to go for a fire move, and I don't really have a switch in aside from Azumarill. Azumarill is kind of the obvious switch here, but I kind of have to go for it. I don't know what he... Like, I don't think this thing gets any coverage for Azumarill. It doesn't get Energy Ball, does it? I hope not. I feel like I would have looked it up if it did. I'm going to go Azumarill. It's the obvious play, but it's the play I have to make. So he goes for sub. That's a little spooky, not going to lie. I'm just going to Aqua Jet here, break the sub, see what he goes for. He burns me. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, good play. Oh, jeez, this Blacephalon. He's going to switch now. I do have Facade, though. I teched Facade on this Azumarill just in case I got burned, so I'm actually really happy I did that, because now I can Facade versus Lantern. I might go for it here, but I still think that I should go for Aqua Jet here. I mean, he's probably going to switch. I mean, he might not. I don't know. Yeah, the sub Will-O-Wisp was smart on the Blacephalon, because that must have been his way of dealing with Azumarill. He knew that I had to bring Azumarill for this thing, so he brought sub Will-O-Wisp to shut that down. Smart. But yeah, like I said, I have Facade for Lantern if he goes into that. We could see Whimsicott here, but if he goes Whimsicott, I can just go right back out into Vanillix and start firing off more Blizzards. I'm going to go for Aqua Jet here just in case he stays in. Yeah, he does go Whimsicott, but I didn't really want to go crazy with the prediction there. I do still want to keep this thing healthy because it can take hits from Blacephalon, and I can save it for later. I think my play here is to just go right back out into Vanillix. Honestly, I think that's my play. Yeah. I don't know what this thing's going to want to do now. I mean, he could double out into, like, Scavalier or something if he really wanted to, I suppose. But I'm going to go Vanillix. He might just get chip damage on me with Moonblast. He U-turns. Okay, that's fine. That's a fair play. As he actually U-turns right back out into Blacephalon. Alright. Fair enough. I'm going to go right back out into Azumarill here. I mean, I don't want anything else getting Will-O-Wisped. So, yeah, I mean, we can take that Flamethrower because we're Assault Vest. This is tough, though, having the, U-turn into sub-Blacephalon. I don't like that. The good news is, Arctozolt will outspeed it, and Sceptile will outspeed it, and take it out from this range. I want to go for Facade here, so I think I'm going to do it. He's probably just going to go right back into Whimsicott. Like, he doesn't really lose anything by going back into Whimsicott. I mean, I doubt he subs, because I could Aqua Jet and take him out. Even a burned Aqua Jet will still take this thing out, so there's no way he stays in. He has to switch, so I'm going to fire off a Facade. Ooh, how much is this going to do? Nice. Beautiful. Beautiful. So that's why I tech Facade, because I knew I might get statused, and that came in clutch. So he actually doubles into Zero Aura, and we catch that thing on the switch. I want to follow this up with an Aqua Jet, because I feel like it might kill. We don't see any leftovers in the Zero Aura, so hail damage is still going to chip it down. I'm going to fire off an Aqua Jet here. The fact that Azumarill is now low means that it's not really going to take hits from Blacephalon that well anymore, so I'm a little bit more inclined to sack it now. That's why I stayed in there. I would have switched out to try to save it for Blacephalon, but like it's just getting so low at this point, where like it's not as useful. But Blacephalon is still a huge threat because I still don't have a Flamethrower switch in. But yeah, like I said, Sceptile outspeeds Blacephalon, which is good. That Facade was huge though, because the damage on Zero Aura is great. That damage on Zero Aura is fantastic. I'm going to try to pick it off with Aqua Jet here if I can. Though he more than likely will switch into Whimsicott. It actually stayed in. It actually survived. Which sucks. It actually survived. I was not expecting it to survive, but it did. But it's at 8%, so like it's more or less dead. Um, but Azumarill goes down to Volt Switch. Azumarill does go down to Volt Switch. The good news is we can see what he chooses to go into here. He goes into a Scavalier. Oh, I wonder if Bolt Beak will kill this. Oh, man. I want to say Bolt Beak will kill this, but if it doesn't, then that'll be so bad. Oh, I definitely counted this beforehand, but I totally forgot how much it did. I mean, I'm assuming he's max HP. Because he'll kill me with a banded Iron Head. I want to go into Arctozolt so bad and just Bolt Beak. I really, really do. Alternatively, like my only other play would be Steelix. I have Fire Fang and Ice Fang and Steelix, which is cool. So like Fire Fang on this thing would take it out. I don't think he was expecting that. I had Ice Fang for Gliscor. It's also good for Whimsicott. But yeah, I feel like this is my opportunity to go Arctozolt here. I want to say Bolt Beak will kill it at 67, but I really don't know. But like, I don't know if he risks it. He could just feel safe switching into Lantern or even Zero Aura, but I can follow that up with a Stomping Tantrum. And I still have 4 more turns of Hail. I think I'm going to go Arctozolt here. So here's the thing, like, if he goes Lantern and he Volt Absorbs my Bolt Beak, that's fine, because I can follow this up with a Stomping Tantrum. And the thing with Stomping Tantrum is, it doubles in power if the last move that you use fails. So you can see it right there at the top. Doubles in power if the user's last move failed to do any normal effects. So like that means if he Volt Absorbs Bolt Beak, Stomping Tantrum will double in power next turn. So I don't have to predict the Stomping Tantrum, basically. I can just Bolt Beak here. He does go Lantern. That's expected, right? So I couch this. If he's max HP, max defense, Lantern, this Stomping Tantrum should do like 80%. And if he's not max defense, then it might even kill. This is going to double in power. Pretty sure. I had to test this to make sure that this worked. So we're going to follow this up immediately with a Stomping Tantrum. And it dies in one hit. Let's go! Let's go, Arctozolt. Let's go. I'm hyped. I'm hyped. So he wasn't max defense, and Stomping Tantrum just takes it out. Clean. Clean. Let's go, Arctozolt. That's what I like to see. We still got 2 turns of Arctozolt in here, and he really does not have a switch in. I didn't know it got that. 2 times power after Volt Absorb. Yeah, so that's huge. Like, Arctozolt is looking so good now. Especially, yeah, he realizes right about now at this point that Arctozolt is kind of a problem for him. Because he probably thought that Lantern just walled it. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it'll outspeed Archeops. And yeah, like he really doesn't have anything to switch in here. He could go Whimsicott and try to status me. I don't know if he has like Stun Spore or something, Sleep Powder. But yeah, Arctozolt is looking good. I've got 2 more turns in with that. So this is looking really good. And I have Mega Sceptile in the back too, so that's going to be handy. Steelix still being at full HP is great. Steelix still being at full HP is great, because I can use that to deal with Archeops. Basically, like all 3 of these things, Steelix can deal with them, which is good. And Zero Aura is so low, it'll die to any one hit. Even like a couple turns of hail damage will take it out. So he actually goes Archeops here. I have no idea what he's going to do. I really have no idea what he's going to do. The thing is, like, if he's Choice Scarfed, he will outspeed me, but I doubt it, right? There's no way he's Choice Scarfed. I mean, he could be, though. He very well could be Choice Scarfed. I think my safe play is to go Steelix and then like later on bring Vanillux in and explode into Arctozolt and try to win later. Because I don't really want to risk it right now with this Archeops. Also, if he's Focus Sash and then he gets a hit off, that would be bad. I mean, Defeatist, but like still. I mean, it would die to Hail. I don't know. I think my safe play is going Steelix, though. I don't think he would like set up Stealth Rock this turn because like Arctozolt is in front of his face and this is a huge threat to his team. So yeah, I don't know. Alternatively, I could sack Chestnut, but I want to save the Chestnut sack for a Flamethrower. I think I want to go Steelix here. Like, alternatively, I could just Bolt Beak. This thing might not be Focus Sash, and I might just outspeed, and I could just kill it with Bolt Beak. That could just be the play, but I kind of want to play it safe and go Steelix. Yeah, because I eat that Stone Edge up. That Stone Edge does 8% to Steelix, and yeah, if he's Focus Sash, it's broken now because of Hail. Zero Aura will die to any hit. I'm pretty free to just fire off an Iron Head here. If he goes a Scavalier, I can follow it up with a Fire Fang. Blacephalon might live, but like I'm max HP, max attack. This is a Sheer Force Iron Head. So he sacks Zero Aura. Totally cool. Zero Aura goes down. He probably goes Blacephalon now. If I had to guess, he probably goes Blacephalon now. Yeah. I just wanted to play it safe there around Archeops in case it was like Focus Sash or something, but I do think Arctozolt is in a great position to win, assuming that Bolt Beak will take out a Scavalier. Also, I don't know if Icicle Crash will take out Whimsicott from one hit, but yeah, it's fine. So Blacephalon comes in here, pretty obvious. If he subs, it's actually bad. If he subs, it's actually really bad for me. I have to think about this, actually. Because like I'm just trying to think, like, if he subs here, I don't know. Okay, so I'm thinking, like, in my head, if he's going to Flamethrower Steelix, I just want to sack Chestnut and bring in Sceptile. But if he goes for Substitute here, and I go into Chestnut, that's really bad, because then Chestnut can't break its Substitute, and then, like, I have to go into Sceptile, break its Substitute, and then, like, I don't really have a way to beat this, aside from getting up Hail and going into Arctozolt. But then, like, he could potentially stall out Hail and win with Blacephalon. So, alternatively, my play here might just be to stay in an Earthquake. Also, because I'm Assault Vest, I might live a Flamethrower. I want to say, maybe. I mean, he could just be max special attack and I could just die. I don't know. I don't know if I calc this. But I'm leaning towards just staying in here. Like, even though Steelix, it sucks because Steelix deals really well with, like, the last 3 Mons here. But, like, I can't afford to let Blacephalon substitute, because if I let Blacephalon substitute here, then, like, it could just win. It could win. He could stall out Hail turns and win with this late game, because all I have to outspeed it is Sceptile. So I'm going to stay in a substitute. I'm going to stay in an Earthquake, just to make sure he doesn't substitute. Do I live? No, I die. Okay. So he didn't actually end up going for a substitute there. But I still feel like that was my best play. If he went for substitute there, which I feel like he should have, then it could have been really bad. So Sceptile is just going to come in now. I think I'm pretty free to just Earthquake. If he goes into Whimsicott, I'm going to follow it up with a Cross Poison. Actually, no, I'll probably sack Chestnut. Let's just Earthquake here. He goes Whimsicott. Get a little chip on this. I do have Cross Poison. I don't think it'll kill, though. I want to just sack Chestnut, I think, and then bring in Vanillux. Or I could just go hard Vanillux, honestly, and save Chestnut for the sack later. I think that might be better. Like, Sceptile is also in a good position to win. It's just a Scavalier. I really have to make sure I play this endgame safe. Losing Steelix sucked, but I really thought he was going to substitute. I really did. But he ended up just going for Flamethrower, and my Assault Vest was not enough to live that, unfortunately. Let me think. Let me think about this. I think I'm just gonna go Vanillux and Aurora Veil and Explode. Like, why not? Honestly, he U-turns, so he's gonna go Blacephalon now. Yeah, I can't let this thing substitute. Once again, I can't let this thing substitute. I'm gonna try to Blizzard. Hopefully, a Blizzard breaks the substitute if he goes for it. So he just kills me. That's fine. Like I said, I'm just playing it smart so that Blacephalon can't substitute. Like, Blacephalon is his win con here, but now I can bring in Arctozolt and just Bolt Beak pretty safely. Bolt Beak is my safest play. If he goes into Whimsicott, I just follow it up with an Icicle Crash. So he goes to Scavalier. Does this die? It does die. I knew it. Why did I doubt Arctozolt? I should never have doubted Arctozolt. I knew it was going to die. Oh, Arctozolt, I love you. I love you so much. Yeah, this is looking really good now because Arctozolt is just going to start taking names. And now Mega Sceptile also looks like it could win because I have Cross Poison for Whimsicott. But yeah, I think I just stand with Arctozolt and kill like everything, or at least try to. Yeah, I'm not sure what he can really do at this point. I mean, hope I miss Icicle Crash, I guess. But yeah, it's looking really tough for him. It's looking really tough for him. Arctozolt is looking good here. Oh, man. I am still worried about Blacephalon, though, I'm not gonna lie. I just have to make sure Blacephalon stays in check. But he can't go into it here. I think he has to go Whimsicott here. I don't know if he risks Archeops. He might go Archeops, though. He did go Archeops last time. I doubt that it's Scarf, though. I really do. But, like, it could be. It very well could be, you know? I don't know. I mean, if he's Scarf Stone Edge, then he might win. At that point. Like, if he's actually Choice Scarf Archeops, he could win. But the fact that he's waiting so long to make this move, you know, the fact that he's waiting so long to make this move makes me think that Arctozolt is in a good position to just clean up here. You know, fun fact of the day, every fossil Pokemon except Arctovish learns Stomping Tantrum. There you go. There's your fun fact of the day. This is still really close, though. I have 5 turns left of Hail, though, which is great. So Arctozolt is just going to outspeed everything, assuming... So he does go Archeops. So this is like the thing here. If he's Scarfed, he might actually outspeed. I'm not max speed. I am Jolly, I think. But I'm not max speed. I have 424 speed. Like, if he is max speed, Choice Scarf, like, that could be enough to outspeed me. And Stone Edge would probably take me out. But that's, like, the only situation in which he wins, is if he's max speed Scarf. If he's Choice Scarfed here. Like, Choice Scarf Archeops isn't super common, but, like, the fact that, like, I have Mega Sceptile means, like, I feel like he could be. You know, I feel like he could be. But, like, alternatively, what is my play here? Sack Chestnut and go into Sceptile? Because then I don't want him to stall out Hail. You know? Then it could get bad. It could get bad if he stalls out Hail. So I think I have to risk it here and just go for Bolt Beak. If he's Scarf and he kills me with Stone Edge, then he might win because he could sack something and then outspeed Sceptile, kill it with like Dueling Beat. But like, I don't know. I feel like that's unlikely. You know, is it worth it for me to sack Chestnut here and then try to bring in Sceptile? You know, I don't think it is, because if Hail turns get stalled out, then Arctozolt is pretty useless at that point. Arctos ult is useless if Hail turns get stalled out. So I have to just go for Bolt Peak here. Hopefully I outspeed. He is Scarf! Wow. I knew it. I had a feeling, man. I had a feeling. So that was really good. So now this gets a lot harder for me. Yeah, I mean, like, even if I, like, switched into Chestnut there on the Stone Edge, like, I only had 5 Hail turns left, and it would have been hard to, like, bring back Arctozolt and get the Hail up again. It would have been hard. I mean, I could have gone for Hail on Whimsicott potentially, but, you know, it is what it is. I think I have to go Sceptile here. See, the problem is, like, he could just clean up with Dual Wing Beat now, because I know he's Scarfed. So Archeops probably just wins. Oh, this sucks. This really sucks. Like, there's no point in me going Chestnut, because Chestnut can't touch Whimsicott. Like, at all. So I just kind of have to go Sceptile. He's not going to stay in. He's going to switch out. He's probably going to sack Whimsicott, if I had to guess. I want to go for Cross Poison, honestly, and just predict Whimsicott, just to show it off that I have it. But the only way I win at this point is if he misses a Dual Wing Beat. I'm assuming he has Dual Wing Beat, or maybe like Aerial Ace or something. I don't know what moves the Archeops gets. It doesn't get Brave Bird, but it definitely gets Dual Wing Beat. Yeah, but I think my play here is to just go for the Cross Poison on the Whimsicott, try to take it out. Like, if he goes Blacephalon, I just followed it up with an Earthquake. So let's go for Cross Poison here. He does go Blacephalon. Totally fine. I am going to Earthquake now. Yeah, I think Archeops might just win this game for him. This has been a hell of a game, man. I really thought Arctozolt had it, but I knew he had to bring a Choice Scarfer to outspeed Sceptile, and it was Arctozolt. I mean, it was Archeops. Ah, man. If I made the Chestnut play on the Stone Edge and tried to save Arctozolt, I don't know. Like, I would have had 2 turns of Hail at this point, a couple turns later. Because, like, if I went Chestnut on the Stone Edge, he would have just gone Whimsicott. You know, I would have had to double out at that point, probably, into Sceptile. And I don't know. So he's probably going to go Archeops now and try to win. But yeah, like I said, only 2 turns of Hell left now. Like, I couldn't have brought Arctozolt back in after. So, like, it didn't really matter. And the fact that Archeops outsped everything either way means that he could have just sacked Blacephalon whenever he wanted. You know, just switched up moves with Archeops. You know, that was his best play. So, yep, he's going to go into it now. I have to bank on him missing. Actually, I think my play here is to sack Chestnut. Oh, I lost my Rocky Helmet. That's a shame. That's a damn shame. Because, well, I mean, like, Chestnut can't beat Whimsicott anyway. I'm going to go Chestnut here, just to sack it. He does have the Dual Wing Beat. Yeah. Little extra hail shit. So he has to miss here. Either way, this is going to be GG. Yeah, my play here is to just Energy Ball. So yeah, GG. Great game. He does hit the Dual Wing Beat. Damn, so we lost. We get put down by the Scarfed Archeops. Man, that was close. That was a close game. Good game indeed. But yeah, tough loss for the New England Patrats, but we'll be bouncing back for sure. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I don't really have much else to say. I don't think we could have won that game because he brought Scarf Archeops. That was a good bring on his part. Maybe if I saved Steelix, it would have been different. But like I said, I really thought that Blacephalon setting up Substitute was his win condition because I didn't know Archeops was Scarfed. So like maybe like if I had saved Steelix and sacked Chestnut earlier to Blacephalon, it would have been different. But you know, either way, I tried my best, and that's GG. So thank you guys for watching. I will catch you all in the next video, and until then, stay safe and look both ways before crossing the street. Seriously, don't get hit.